Militia Actual play. Thanks to Horatio's fine driving skills, the team finds its way back to the treehouse. Kennel takes the spotlight and has a heart-to-heart with Sam, his rescued dad. Juliet goes full murder hobo and begins examining the kidnapped doctor for cyberware to salvage. A cardboard cutout that looks surprisingly like Improv begins looking over the stolen vehicles in absentia, and somehow Horatio is the voice of reason. It's time to begin episode 63. They see me rollin', they hatin'.
So you guys are able to make it back. Improv next week. We'll catch up with you since you have to go,
Okay.
and we'll pick up with you from here on, if you don't mind. We'll do a little bit more RPing with everybody else, though.
Feel free to continue. As you say, you guys don't need me super much right now, but sorry, I have to pack before I go run to the airport.
There's no worries,
No,
man.
you're good.
Have a good
Well-
Christmas, everybody, and enjoy the rest of this session.
And you,
Yeah,
Merry
see you,
Christmas.
brother.
Later, buddy.
Later.
Merry
Yes.
Christmas, man.
Same to you.
Okay, so you guys are. Hold on, I gotta close this door.
I'm just happy I hit somebody with a grenade and blew them up. That just made my day.
That's how you get in the badass club. You yell catch, and then you throw a grenade at them, and then they instinctively catch it, and then they die.
I'm sorry, my wife and kids were playing in the bedroom, and they were really loud.
All good.
So, yeah, you guys are able to. Well, actually, Horatio, make me either a stealth or etiquette check.
And if the GM loves us enough to allow the leadership, that'll be 3 extra hits for you.
It would make sense.
So we'll roll down the window. We'll blast the music as loud as we can, and drive real slow, real obvious, because the best way to blend in is to stand out in a ridiculous fashion.
All right, again, for the recording, Horatio labeled his roll. They see me rolling, they hating. Oh, it's fantastic.
Oh, God. Oh, I love this game so much.
Well, now we know what the title of this recording is going to be.
Yeah,
Let's just be honest.
Horatio, buddy, you have never let me down when I needed a title. You are the best.
I love one-liners.
So yeah, you guys are able to make it back. Kennel, you're out 2 cockatrices, sadly.
It's okay. I stole them, so it's all right.
Bring any more of your other dogs with you, which would have been really fun to kill them.
I
But
honestly
you didn't allow that.
I was going to, but I was just more worried about bogging down combat too much, since our initiative pass was already going to be huge with the other gangers, with all of us, with all of the Op 4, with Red Hot and his people. Like I was more just worried if I threw in 3 dogs and a parakeet and the cockatrices and the chickens, and I just didn't want to have like 94 things in the initiative order.
No, you need a giant miniature space hamster.
That actually sounds delicious.
Come on, Kennel. You should know me by now. I know how to do mass combat pretty well.
I know you do, but that's a lot of dice for me to roll to remember initiatives and who rolls what. You seem to forget this is me we're talking about.
That's true.
Remember, 5 years in the Marine Corps. I'm clearly not the smartest guy out there.
So you guys get back to the treehouse with your new hostages, friends, a bit of both.
Well, after navigating the minefield, the very first thing we're going to do is jump out and then go around back where the bullet holes and the scratches are, and then start to cry.
Yeah, it's mostly just scratches. Like there's not a whole lot of bullet holes. Some of it will buff out, but the Baron's camo paint job, it's definitely suffering.
Do you know how long the nanites are going to take to repair the?
Don't
And
worry.
then it's those kind of deep, dry sob that no one ever wants to hear from a grown orc.
You're the one who had to watch a Vindicator go away. Vindicator!
So yeah, I am using leadership on Horatio. Yo, man, pull your dreck together. So you got some war wounds. Big deal. Look at these scars I got on my knuckles. I don't cry about them. Nah, man. This is going to give you some street cred. People are going to know you were in the legit. You know what I mean?
I guess ladies like scars. Maybe Silver will like them.
Who?
Silver Arms.
Oh. Heatwave. Is that who you're talking about? Or am I missing something?
No, that's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay, just wanted to make sure here.
Yo, man, I don't know if a car is gonna do it for her because I saw the way she was looking at me. Maybe she's into him a little bit taller, maybe a little more, and he's actually just going to like start flexing as he moves around in that way that d-bag guys try to make it look like they're not flexing, but they're definitely doing it.
Where they can't even pull their arms in properly.
That awkwardly, why are my elbows so John Wayne'd out to the side, trying to make myself look huge? Yeah, that thing.
After a little bit from the truck, you just begin hearing, oh, oh. And then a large troll head leans over the side, followed by a as a large amount of surprisingly non-chucky vomit spews from this man.
Oh, whoa! Keep that away from the truck. That could like peel some of the paint.
You know what, man? Not even angry. It could. We had this toilet in the house we lived in, and man, it had dents in it from when Dad was on a bender.
Right? Maybe you should hold his horns.
Yeah.
Now, boys, you.
So Kennel's actually going to walk up a little to the side, not directly in front, because you got to look good. And he's going to try to look cool in like a cool pose and do his best to keep his lip from quivering. Oh, sup, Dad?
Boy,
And the lip starts quivering. This is just like my 11th birthday.
and after a couple of minutes, like where he heaves even more, Improv would probably know this than while the rest of you guys wouldn't. It's obvious like he's just throwing up like the mushed food that they just kind of pump directly into your stomach at hospitals when you're unconscious for a long period of time. And after a bit, he
I'm sorry, Mr. GM. Would you mind telling us what that would sound like in Improv voice?
do you really think I can do an Azzy impression? It's pretty awful. I can't talk that fast. There's a reason all of the characters I ever play, have a country accent, at least a little one.
Oh, a side note, you said that one of the vehicles got blown up? Did we lose any of our guys in the raid?
Don't know yet. Not everyone has made it back. You're still waiting on the snipers to make their way there.
Okay. I mean, they are our gang, and I'd feel kind of callous, like a bunch of them died, and I was just like, hey, Dad, let's go get some ramen. I didn't want to disregard them.
Yeah, not everyone has made it back. Horatio's definitely y'all's best driver, and you guys were actually the first ones to be there outside of the Outriders.
Scrap what I said earlier.
Oh, what'd you say, Juliet?
First thing she'd be doing when she gets back is dragging off Improv and chaining her to those newly acquired.
I mean, let's be honest, she would do that anyway. That's what she does.
Well, sure, but Julia doesn't trust her enough to,
Don't make her mad. She might blow you up. She's got a lot of bombs, and they're kind of like hidden all around this place.
Just the one in their head. Just the one in their head.
No, there's some over there, and some over there, and there's some built into that pillar. And I think that's a bomb. Yeah, when you were doing that tunnel thing, she was wiring this place to blow.
Why?
Don't worry about it.
It keeps it warm in the winter.
Fine, no shackles. I'll just tell her where the cars are. So who's this?
Yo, I'm going to wait till my dad is done vomiting and his head is cleared a little bit. If need be, I'll go get him a bottle of real water that we have so that he can rinse the yuck out.
You want to give him some purple slursh. That way he can rehydrate. It has all the proto-electrites, right? The stuff that you need to make electrites.
Yo, does my dad look like a plant? Those are things that plants need.
I wouldn't put this on a plant. I put one once on a plant when I was done with it, and it died. But it's fine.
Been a weak-ass plant.
No, it's very hydrating. It's not. It makes you thirstier just drinking it.
I mean, you sound like you know what you talk about, so we roll with it. So I will give him a 3-day.
Yeah, I got one from 3 days ago. It's still cold.
So I will give the 3-day-old purple slush to my dad so he can rinse his mouth out.
Yeah, Horatio. Has Horatio ever experienced dump shock at all?
He probably has. Since he's not necessarily the brightest.
All right, would you make me a first aid check using intuition?
I do not have first aid, so
So take a -1. Okay. Yeah, what he's like, what Sam is doing is a lot like what you feel like after you've been dump shocked. You just want to empty out everything in your stomach, go lie down for a few days or for a few hours, and just let everything just kind of go away.
oh, he should rest. This was like that one time, when I first got the new control rig, and I wasn't very good with it yet, and then I crashed the Fly Spy, and then I got knocked out, and then I spent the next day just then he points at the pool of vomit. Yeah, just let him relax. He'll be fine.
Well, Kennel will gingerly reach. I mean, his dad's like this big, tough guy, and he still remembers him as the hero of his youth. So it's kind of weird to see him in a condition like this. But Kennel will help him out of the bed of the truck, and will actually escort him up to his room, where he will summon all the dogs and have them sit in a protective semicircle around the bed, and let his dad get a little bit of rest if he would like that.
Well, yeah, just after a few minutes, he eventually just kind of stops dry heaving and emptying his stomach, and then just kind of sits back into the truck, into the bed of the truck, because the dude's completely naked still.
Seriously, who's the new guy? Someone get some pants.
Who are you fraggers?
Yo, open your eyes, old man.
Now, boy, who are you talking to?
Seriously, who is
Be
he?
disrespecting.
Pretty sure I'm talking to pretty sure I'm talking to my dad. Little weird when we don't got that pane of glass in between us and we holding up the phone,
Can I shoot him? Just stick and shock, I promise.
The frag you talking about, boy? What's your actual first name?
Horatio?
Birth name is Lance Harbor.
Yeah, he goes, boy, what are you talking about? And then he kind of like looks at you real hard, like squints his eyes for a second, and just kind of snaps, like his head steps back, and he does it again just to make sure. Lance,
Yeah, it's I got you out of that place. Me and my crew.
Did he really? Did he just call us our crew?
but
What the frag?
am I? You actually like see him like lay down in the bed of the truck, like holding his face for a second, and he just begins mumbling to himself.
Yo, be
Now,
cool.
now we know. So this is over, DNI. Now we know he's out of it. 'Cause if he ain't heard of the red wires, he ain't heard of nothing.
Are you sure?
If you guys care about what he's saying, would you mind making me a audio perception test?
Oh, Juliet cares. She's practically radiating suspicion right about now.
Yep, I'm a little too emotional to really pay attention to
Foreheads.
his words.
So yeah, Juliet, you're the only one who can really hear what he's saying, and he's just like, now calm down, Sam. You're just hallucinating again. This is just something that stupid fucking doctor's doing. Just breathe. Just go back to sleep, and it'll all go away. Just calm down, Sam. Calm down. Just slowly
Oh, man.
talking himself through it.
This is like that movie Snow Dogs. Remember?
It's cool.
Juliet's
Look,
going to march up to Sam. Was his name?
Yep.
Is Kennel standing right in front of him, or off to the side, or what?
Well, Sam's still in the bed of the truck.
yeah,
Okay, and
Kennel
Kennel
is basically at the foot of the bed where the tailgate is.
And Sam is dangling off, like sitting up, sitting. At the tail?
Laying down. Like he's like laying down in the bed of the truck, like if it was in like an actual bed.
Can Juliet reach a horn?
His feet are like slightly sticking out there. Yeah, well, like if she climbs up like on a wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Okay, yeah, she's gonna grab a horn and yank down, then yank.
You yank down and then what?
Yank down, and then yank up again.
Like push him down into the bed and like pull his head back up.
Well, just his head, yes.
Okay, so yeah, you slam him and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And you jerk him back. Whoa, girl. He almost starts dry heaving again. Oh, don't you do that? Don't you ever?
Jewel, you got a reason for putting your hands on him, or is there going to be a reason for me to put my hands on you?
Kennel, he thinks you're what, Mirage? You know the Trids? He thinks you're part of the Trid.
No.
Let's fix that.
You said you wanted this doctor fool, and Kennel will jump into the bed of the truck, and he'll pick the doctor up and just literally just toss him over the side of the truck towards Juliet. There.
Well, yeah, don't break the cyberware. And she scrambles off after.
Yo,
Yeah,
don't,
he lands on his other shoulder, and you hear a hard crack when he hits.
As a guy who's dislocated his shoulder many times, I actually know what that sounds like.
Yeah, not pleasant.
Yeah, it sucks. Surgery's even worse, but dang, yeah. Oof.
So yeah, Juliet is now fully focused on checking over the doctor, seeing if he has a pulse. If he does have a pulse, she's zip tying all his limbs, and then she's going to start.
Well, they're already zip tied.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, all she's going to do is start taking inventory of the cyberware, and then doing tallies and seeing what parts can more easily come out than others.
Okay.
Generally playing amateur chop shop surgeon.
I'm not going to say you're an amateur or anything, but some things you want to trust a professional.
Sure, but those ones want to cut.
Yeah, but he's a professional, right?
We don't need him alive, do we?
You didn't say you wanted him for parts. You said you wanted to save that dude because he'd be worth some money. So, if you just want to offer
for the
him,
parts.
No,
Well, then-
but like the company you worked for, right? You know how companies see their employees like children. I saw that in a commercial. But anyway, they're like, if you lost your child, and you might buy it back,
It's looking sort of cross-eyed at Horatio.
or some other company. We do know a company. Then he gives you guys both this knowing look.
Can I just take a limb or two first? I mean, they want his brain, right?
well,
can
why
leave
don't you
that.
try just take off his hands? They look like they detachable or something. So just
Ooh,
like take
good
off his hands and I don't know, go do weird Drek with it. Whatever you do, girl. But
you deal with the weirdo.
I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't let somebody who didn't do this for a living work on my car, because they might decrease the value on accident. So if you like mess it up and you make a mistake, you might decrease his value on accident. Right? Don't you want more new yen?
Sure. Guess
I mean,
it
I
is
do.
what
I
it
want
is,
all the
what
new
it's
yen we can get out of this guy.
what. Which company does he work?
I don't know.
I don't know.
What?
It's not like there's a company that advertises for like underground secret laboratory scientist fraggers. I mean,
What does he do?
well, he made all them damn animals down there. Like he put them in like it was like he was trying to turn them dogs into cars
right.
and them big old cats.
He
And
does
let me
that.
tell you,
Hmm.
those cats they don't live in Seattle. Like those are like some kind of like jungle animal, and he turned them into like robot things.
I can work with this. Okay.
Wait, what
You
did you
guys deal
say,
with that
boy?
one
The
Shut up, old man. The grown-ups are talking.
hey
now.
yo, y'all be cool.
You shut up,
understand me?
peeps. So I will slap you upside the head.
You can't even stand up.
Ooh, you
right
hear
now.
that, Horatio? You heard that? What you gonna do about it?
What'd you say, Horatio?
You can't even stand up right now.
Oh, is that right? And he stands up, fairly slowly and a little shakily, but as he stands up, like full nude form, standing in front of you, up on the bed of the truck, he just glowers down at you. In a look that you have seen before, just on a younger face. One eye's like almost closed, but like still like glaring at you. The other one's like wide open, like almost in a lazy eye, but like bright, shining, and piercing into your very soul.
Yo, Kennel, why don't you get your old man a blanket or something?
That's weird. It's like Kennel, but wrinkly? Kind of just saggy.
This entire time, like you guys have been talking, he's like bouncing his head back and forth between all y'all. He's like, "Y'all fraggers need to shut up. Sound like a bunch of seagulls.
One
Good
of
for squatting
Juliet's
and
hands.
shitting and not much else."
Beauty before age, yo.
One of Juliet's hands starts straying toward her stunner.
I'll frag you, Pipsqueak. You too, Stunty.
Jules, I'm gonna tell you right now, you skin that puppy, you better be able to fire it 2 times real fast. Ain't nobody
Kennel, I
gonna
wouldn't hurt him. Just,
Ain't-
let him take a nap in his own vomit.
And
Yeah, he
you go
needs
ahead and do
rest.
that. You go ahead and do that, and we'll see how long it takes till you take a nap in his vomit.
And she gives a serious look at Kennel, sort of calculate.
Look, Kennel, that individual, whom we hold with nothing but the highest respect,
She's toying with her shocker now.
That's fragger rot.
clearly needs a nap. You know, when you get older, you need a lot of naps. You know, because you're old. And not saying he's not. Well, anyway, there's been a lot of trauma in that guy's life. Maybe you should put him to bed or something.
Oh no, frag you!
Yo, Dad,
What's
I
up,
let's.
didn't
bro?
go. I didn't go. I didn't go
Sedito?
get put in the pen just
Sonoil?
to listen to this
Something?
drag. You know, like he steps like fully over the tailgate of the vehicle of the Gopher as it sags way down and steps off without ever putting a hand on the tailgate.
And Kennel will jump down to stand beside him. It's like, come on, Dad. Don't even worry about them. They cool. They still a little bit strung up from what was going on. There was a lot of gunplay going on.
You keep calling me Dad, but boy, you ain't my son. Lance is. You see him take a second. Lance is gone.
Kennel's gonna actually shove him quite suddenly, like full troll strength shove. When I was 5 years old, you had 2 dogs. There was both them German Shepherds kind. One was called Dancer, and one was called Sprint. And you named him that because Dancer had a habit of bouncing from paw to paw whenever he saw you had treats when you was training him. And Sprint could not control himself. He would start pissing every time he started running because he was having too much fun. And you said that you ain't never met anything that was as stubborn as them until I popped out of my mama. And he is actively fighting back tears at this point.
You see his mouth just shuts. He's kind of giving me the oh shit look.
Look,
And he goes to say something, he raises his hand and opens his mouth, stops, drops his hand, closes his mouth again, and just kind of turns around. You guys see his shoulders begin shaking as he just kind of goes. He just holds his hand up showing a 1 second as he goes and just kind of walks off.
He's laughing. Can I shoot him? Just a little?
Wait, there's a bomb there.
I don't think I like it. No, shh, Horatio, shh.
Yeah, he hears you say that. He's he stops, sidesteps a little bit, and then keeps walking and
No,
goes
there's a bomb over there too.
And every time you say that, he stops for a second, sighs, scoots over a little bit more, and keeps walking until he reaches whatever you guys use the vehicle bay underneath the treehouse, and just kind of walks off for a bit.
Wait, watch out for those wires.
He finally does he gets to the point. So it's screw it, and just walks over top of everything.
Why don't you stop warning him?
Kennel is going to take a moment to run upstairs and get some sweatpants and a sweatshirt, something big enough that would fit his dad, and he will bring his dogs with him to include the hellhound as he comes back down the stairs. And he'll wait till his dad has a minute, and when it seems like he is comported himself, he will walk over with the clothing and the animals.
Okay. We'll say it only takes a minute or two. And those of you guys watching, what do you guys use for a bathroom in this place?
I think it's fair to say that we have medieval style. So on the bottom level, there's probably a porta potty that has a hole that leads into one of the former toxic waste bins.
Yeah, just a bunch of chemical goop underneath a hole.
We would actually be able to process a lot of that because we have the farming facility set up.
Yeah, I was about to say you guys have all that, so a lot of that could be reused and
Yeah, there would be
and
basically a septic tank.
If I remember correctly, you can actually let it dry out, as weird as that sounds, and that works. So I would assume that's kind of what you guys are doing, or at least dumping it into a vat of C squared.
Yeah, some
Everything just kind of dissolves.
Yeah, some kind of composting tank, because we have all the gang members. I mean, we're going to generate a whole lot of yuck. So there'd be some kind of composting area, we'll call it.
Okay, no, that makes sense. He just kind of walks off and goes to the porta potty and just sits there for a little while. Do any of you go over there to check on him, make sure he's okay or anything?
Like I said, I'll give him when I come back down. I'll give him a couple of minutes. I mean, I don't want to just abandon him for hours. But when I come back down to the change with the clothing and the dogs, I'll look at Juliet and Horatio. Yo, how about you go check on the rest of the wires? They all rolling in right now. Make sure they're okay.
Yo,
Yeah,
you
sure, whatever.
just
Juliet
keep him
still
away from our stash.
It's cool. Don't worry. He won't do
hand
nothing
pops
unless there's a jar of peanut
I'm
butter.
changing the locks. And she
Yeah.
runs off.
Keep it up, Jules. I'll put everything on the top shelf, and we'll see how well you do. And Kennel will walk over and sort of lightly knock on the door.
Yeah, hold on. And after about like 5 minutes or so, like you've already given him about 5 minutes in there. He waits another 5 minutes. And like when he tells you to hold on, like you could hear like the crack in his voice. And then he stands up and he walks out clearly to like somebody who's been crying. But his eyes are mostly clean, like around the like around like his eyelids are still like a dark red. And he sees you there.
And I will hold out the clothing to him, kind of like that, keeping the eye level, like not at eye contact, but sort of looking in his general head direction. Because you can never bring up it's bro code. You can never bring up when another bro is crying. You just got to act like nothing ever happened. Yo, this stuff will probably fit you. I watched my figure a little bit better than you did, clearly, so it might be a little snug on you.
Boy, this is all muscle, and you know that. And like like you can tell like he goes for like a hug. He's like, wait a second, I'm naked. Grabs the sweatpants from you, pulls them on, and then goes to like grab like the shirt or something that you have for him, and like grabs you by your wrist and pulls you in for a hug.
And Kettle's doing his best to not start crying because he hasn't actually touched his dad in years. Because visitation in prisons is done through that plexiglass, and you have to do the hand on the glass thing to say your hello and goodbye.
Oh, I bet a lot of it is done over the Matrix with a spider watching you in the
Oh,
sixth world, right?
That's true.
That's a good point.
Intros. That way you don't have to risk the security of bringing in a troll into prison.
I honestly, I
Good
actually,
point. I've
I
never thought of that.
yeah, I never even considered that. Which, oh man, that makes it, huh?
I've done some research into real world prisons and kind of
Oh,
extrapolated some things.
yeah, how a lot of them use the video calling now.
Still, like unless like you both were hot sim, like it would still be off.
Oh, they
and
wouldn't do
weird.
hot sim because that's
Yeah.
forbidden.
It still wouldn't feel like touching someone. It would be a close thing. But Kennel was also poor growing up, so there's a good chance he didn't have access to even a decent comm link that could connect properly.
Going to the public library for the craptastic used TrodeNet that 500 people that week had already used.
They might even make you go to to like the police precinct, right, and do it from there
Yeah.
if it was a big security thing.
Yeah,
Because
that's
then they
true.
wouldn't even have to trace you.
Well,
So yeah, it's probably like even then, like it's you still probably haven't like physically like touched your dad and probably since you were a kid.
yeah, I'd say because his dad got locked up a couple of times, so it would have been like early teens. So we're talking probably like 7 or 8 years since he's actually had any kind of physical contact with him. But once the hug
Yeah.
starts, like that emotional panic kind of comes in, and it just starts coming out in a flood. He tries to introduce all the dogs because that's what his dad did. His dad was a dog trainer, and he's who taught Kennel all this stuff. So he just is just kind of blubbering. Okay, so I got John's he's a cross between a husky and a pug, and he's real stupid, but he knows how to sit. And then there's Hodor, who's an American bully, and he'll just go down the list. And it's when he gets to the awakened critters like the cockatrice and to Drogon the Hellhound. That's when he'll like stop. He's like, Dad, I did it. I got this dog that can breathe fire. His name is Drogon, and he's black, and he's real
Hey,
cool. And
Kennel, how much hair does Kennel have?
he keeps it cut really short in that Baron's I don't want lice kind of way, but he still has like a full head of hair.
Okay, give me a perception test. Are you saying this like while he's still like hugging you?
Yes, it's verbal diarrhea. It's just all coming out because, he's a dude who grew up in the Barrens and doesn't know how to express emotion, so he feels that need to
Yeah,
fill it
word
with
vomit.
noise. Yeah, and that is 3 hits.
Yeah, at that point, like you notice, like because your dad's still he's still a fair bit bigger than you. He's only like like 2 or 3 inches taller than you, but he's also got a lot more fat than you do. And
Mhm.
like you actually like feel like wetness on the top of your like on the top of your head, or like on your brow, like where his head's like touching yours.
Mhm.
He's like, and then he just goes, "I miss you, son."
I didn't know how to get you out. I didn't know. We didn't even know you were in that place. We was trying to get my homeboy's homeboy, and we saw you on that bed, and I was like, "Yo, get him out right now." And they got you out first, and it's just gonna like basically a retelling of the whole siege on that place is gonna happen.
So that was real, huh?
I don't know, but yo, Dad, and he's actually gonna back up. He's like, I snatched that doc that put you in there. I snatched him. We got him zip tied and ready to get all chopped up for parts.
No, no, but we can use him. No, I can't be making choices. You're a man now, right? And he smiles. He looks over and like starts looking at your dogs. He's like, "Doing good, son.
Yeah, that's
Proud
enough.
of you."
That's
Yeah,
enough.
and he
He's
just says,
crying,
"Proud of you."
and he's trying not to cry, and he's failing miserably. So what? How'd that guy get you? What were you doing there? Like what happened?
I met Red Hot 2, 3 years back, maybe. He he was needing some muscle. I was needing new yen. I figured it was a decent little thing, and well, he hired me on. Became friends. I did what I always did. Taught animals, worked them. Was out with him making a push on the spiders, and well, we pushed too far. Didn't weren't thinking nothing about it. They ambushed us and captured all of us. Honestly, I thought I was dead. We all did.
But wait, but what's going on with that doctor and that underground base? Like, yo, I recorded everything. You can see the animals that dude was making. Like he was combining like dogs and like big cats and stuff with like robot parts and he had a gun mounted on one of them big like the spinny barrel kinds. Like what was wait what did you? And he's getting all tripped up on his words.
Yeah,
Who's
he's like, calm down. He goes, calm down.
wait
Boy,
who's
I was most of them animals. I know.
who was that band, the Resonators, that he was talking about? He said you were plugged into the Resonators. Do we need to saddle up and go find these people? Is that what we need to do right now?
Boy, you didn't keep up your studies, did you? I always told you it was better to be smart than strong.
Yo,
Though it's better to be both.
what do you? Yo, I grow my own tomatoes, like real tomatoes. Gonna tell me that ain't smart?
He's just smiling at you. But like he's grinning from ear to ear, like he's just screwing with you, obviously.
Look, I just, why were you there? I don't get it. We were going in to snatch Red Hot, and like we knew something was going on with them, but why were you there? Why did they have you and Red Hot and that other chick plugged into Drek?
The last time you saw him, like his hair was fairly short like yours, but now it's kind of long. He kind of like turns his head, like he turns like the back of his head towards you and lifts up his hair. And underneath, you see a couple of ports in his head, similar to what Horatio has.
Are you one of those experimental cyber things?
Yeah. Remember when I said I was some of those animals? I
Yeah.
was I was one of them animals, boy.
Wait, you mean
Couple of them. You guys hit me good.
you mean like how Horatio drives them cars, like that?
Yeah. Kind of lost myself there for a bit.
Yeah, Kennel's absolutely confused because he didn't know that was a possibility. So he's just giving him the WTF face.
You see him sigh for a second. He's like, all right, if we're going to talk about this, I need a beer
All right, cool.
and some food.
Oh, yo,
I'm starving.
I got you. Come inside. I'll show you my place. Come inside, Dad. I'll show you my place. And he'll snap his fingers for all the dogs to follow, and he will lead them upstairs. And given that I have absolutely no ranks in artisan cooking, it'll be like the most cobbled together, like soy rito and half a tomato and a couple of jalapenos and a leaf of lettuce, like exactly what you expect a bachelor who doesn't know how to cook to put on a plate.
Yeah, it's more like a vegetable tray than actual like a cooked meal type deal.
With nachos put on the side, like cold nachos from the day before, because that's what you do.
Yeah, and like he's just eating it up. Like he's just shoving the stuff in by the handful.
You do realize that's like 250 new yen worth of food, right?
That's good too.
You could try to
Yeah,
taste it.
he raises up like the soy beer to drown it all down. And he takes a breath. That's good. That's good, boy. I ain't had nothing like that in a long time.
Yeah, we made a, because I like growing stuff, so we made like a farm, like we got a farm, and we built our own cars, and there's this girl Improv, yo, don't step on no wires, cause she blows everything up, all right? And Horatio, he cool. I mean,
She the twitchy door. She's the twitchy stunny girl.
no, the twitchy stumper, that's Juliet. Like she real weird. She shoots everything. Like she asked me to go for a drive with her once, and she seriously killed like 11 people. Yeah, she's just she creepy. Okay, she just creepy. But Horatio's cool. I mean, he's an orc, so but he pretty cool. And Kennel is again doing the verbal diarrhea. He'll run down everybody in the red wires, like all the nameless ones that we throw out as cannon fodder.
Yeah, and he's just listening to you. Like this is the coolest thing that he's heard in ever.
But now, the only thing though is he's not giving any kind of specific details. Like, we have this many people and they're armed with this, and we have this many bombs here, and we make this much money. Like he's doing very much that general, the way kids tell stories to their parents.
He's not asking for details. He's just listening to all of it.
And Kennel will actually fish out his old, as he's doing all this, like he's trying to find clothing that'll fit his dad. He shows him some of the cool like souvenirs he's got from previous runs, like that the sort of osmium mace with the shotgun barrels built into the neck. Like he's literally he's acting like when I come home and my 6-year-old sees me and he has to show me everything he played with. Still trying to give a rundown of the things that have happened.
Everything that you show him, like it's just like you're showing him the coolest thing ever, and he can't quit grinning from ear to ear. The entire time that you're talking, he follows you around and listens to you. Where do you guys actually finally have a second? He goes in to like try to explain what all was going on.
Kennel would actually take him down to the common room, where we do all of our team meets, and he would call everybody in there so they could hear about this stuff. Tune in again next week when we find out what was happening in that underground lab. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.